The resource that I will be utilizing in this project would be Seesaw. Now, this year we have a new curriculum that has taken over a huge chunk of our time. So I just do not have the flexibility that I had last year. And one of my most favorite projects that we did, we would study Australian animals. And then the students were supposed to pick one of the Australian animals that connected to our decodable readers that we had. And they were supposed to research the animal to see what the habitat would look like to make sure that we had the correct pieces that they would need in order to survive. Now, like I said, this took a lot of time because with the research piece, that was fine. And that's something I can still incorporate. But then basically, I made a paint day and I had Australian music going on in the background with the didgeridoo. And they would come to the table one animal at a time. So if I had my wallabies or the kangaroos or wombats, those kids would come back to the table. We would discuss what color of paint they needed for their habitat. I would put that on the table and then they would spend their time creating the habitat. And once they were done, the next animal would come back and that crew of kids would um, join the table. So, with that, the animals would dry, they would be done. Then we would talk about Aborigine art. They would do it the next day where we would take the little dots of paint with the Aborigine art. It's beautiful. So we would pick different colors of paint and they would use Q-tips and put dots on top of their animal. So this was for sure a 2-day thing and it took a lot of time, if not maybe more than two, possibly three. So, how I'm going to switch this to make it more 21st century with the technology, I have now taken those coloring pages and I've downloaded them as PDFs. I have uploaded those to Seesaw. And now, once my students are in Seesaw, they are going to be able to color the habitat. So I'm doing everything the same with the research, watching videos about the animal that they have picked. They are going to collaborate as a team to decide which pieces need to be in the habitat. But now number three is going to be individual, and they are going, which it was before, but it included real life paint. This is going to be digital paint. So they're going to be on Seesaw and they're going to have to color the habitat around it, and then they're going to submit it back to me. Once they've submitted it back to me, I'm going to download that and I would love to print it. Once it's been printed, I would like to collaborate with the art teacher this year. And I would hope that she is able to have a day where they could do the Aborigine paint and do the dots on the animals. So then that way we can still have the full complete of the project, but yet it's going to be in the classroom. I don't have to do paint. They can get it all done at the exact same time. It will be done quickly and it's still extremely effective.